couldn't hear.
We had some black pastors to go to meet.
All right.
With evil incarnate.
Yeah.
And raise the question that they had been presumed to be the representatives of inner city black folk. When you hear the term inner city or urban America, that means us. So when you hear it, know they're talking about you. And then they had about 30 or 40 of them, I believe, in the room. And so yesterday at my church, I had to change my sermon from what I had on Friday to what the Lord said on Saturday.
All right.
I said to them what Isaiah said in chapter 5, verse 20. Woe unto those who call evil good and call good evil. The church, especially the black church, has a role, responsibility, and obligation not to do what is popular, not to do what gets you paid, not to do what gets you praised. It is to do what is right. So we thank you, Elton, for deciding that you would do what's right. They may receive temporary glory for being in that room, but they will have eternal scorn for embarrassing black folk all over the world by sitting with a man who means evil himself.
Amen.
But our issue is this. When the people of Israel were on the march from Egypt to Canaan, although God had freed them with a mighty hand, they got disgusted and got afraid. They went to Moses. He said, Moses, let us go back to Egypt. Why would we die out here with Pharaoh when we could be saved as slaves? And Moses was so taken by them, they made the leader cry. And Moses reached out to the Lord and said, Lord, what shall we do? These people are turning their backs on me and I'm afraid. And God told Moses, shut up. Look in your hand. What did I give you? Use what you got to get what you need. Beloved, in 1965, after blood on the bridge at Pettus, we got the right to vote. Not in 1800, not in 1900, but on the bridge. So if we do nothing else together between now and November, we need the largest turnout in the history of a midterm election this year. You don't have to get mad, you don't have to cuss, and you don't even have to fuss. In fact, you can have silent power. Just go vote, vote the right way, and come that Wednesday, the world will change in front of your eyes. Your children, your community, your organization needs us to work together to make the impossible possible. God has ordained this moment for us. This is when we are at our best. When the church, the black church, the organizations committed to civil and human rights, and this organization with the long history of doing the right thing in our community, when we come together with a synergy that cannot be disturbed or interrupted, we can move heaven and earth. I'm sick and tired of black folk crying and whining about anything awful. It's awful because you let it become awful. And if you will do something as simple as get up off your seat of complaining and go march to the voting booth, take everybody you know to the voting booth. If you're a member of a church, make sure your pastor lifts us up every Sunday. Why would you preach about the gospel when you can live the gospel? Come do what you need to do. We've got to turn out the vote. So I ask that you would partner with us through Brother Gold. Every church here represented, every member here represented. We can help you find out who is registered in your church. Have you contact them for nothing? All we need is somebody in your church who knows anything about a computer. All of y'all know something about it. That's why some of y'all are using their phones right now instead of listening to me. So because you have technology in your hand, why won't you use the technology to be powerful and change your community? Some of us got discouraged, and some of you are worried. But I'm not worried about who the president is, because I know who my God is, and my God was doing work before this man became the state president. And I am from South Carolina. I know Strom Thurmond. I worked against him. I know Mendel Rivers. I worked against him. I am not intimidated by fake racists or fake bigots. I come from the state with the real racists and the real bigots. And if I fought the real bigot, I'm still not going to be defeated by a fake baby. One who tweets on in the morning because he can't sleep at night. And I encourage you with the words of Dr. King. Join us as we move across these states. Everywhere where the elks are, we are. We'll come to where you are. We want to have a seminar on teaching churches how to register, how to find who's registered in your congregation. You don't have to embarrass them anymore, pastors. You don't have to ask folk to stand up who are not registered. They ain't going to stand up no how. That's like asking unsaved folk to stand up in church and I'm not saved. But if you just already know, you can organize a church through your leadership function and talk to them between now and the election. Make sure they have the ID, make sure they're registered, and talk to those who haven't registered and those who didn't vote. We can do this together. We need you to do this together. This is the 50th anniversary of the assassination of Dr. King. I am so sick of people lying on Dr. King. Every January, preachers and leaders all over the country quote Dr. King and are so afraid to do his work on February. He got to be suing us for identity theft. We stole his identity and made him a nice Negro. They don't kill nice Negro, they promote them. He was not nice. They killed him because he's a radical. But even radicals need to be encouraged. So I leave you what he said one day in Alabama after they threatened to kill him. He went to speak, and the movement needed a leader who inspired the people. So Dr. King, one day, in death and despair, got up to speak at one of the rallies in Montgomery. There was a woman named Mother Pollard there. When he got through, Mother Pollard came to grab him and said, "Boy, what's wrong?" She said, "Nothing, Mother Pollard. I'm feeling good. I'm fine as always." She said, "No, son, you didn't talk strong tonight. And we don't talk strong when people get worried." She said, "What's wrong?" He said, "I'm fine." She cut him off and said, "I told you. We is with you, no matter what they do to you." And then she grabbed him, he turned to walk away with encouragement. She made him look in her eyes and said, "I told you before, even if we ain't with you, God is with you." I want you to know that every now and then, the black community needs to be encouraged, and even if everybody else turns their back on us, God didn't bring us this far to leave us now. I said to the church yesterday that when Jesus got near the cross, there was one person who ever carried Jesus' cross. It was a black man from Africa. And I believe the symbolism of that is that God uses us to carry the cross of Jesus because nobody else is available. Amen. America will be saved, not by her own power, by her might, but God will use the same people who carry the cross to carry America. What are you afraid of? Use what you got to get what you want.
Y'all remember the hand. I was asked to sing a song.
It's natural.
So it's going to be a short one because we know we don't have long. So I'm going to do a quick short one. My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
Oh, God.
He's tramping out the vintage where the grapes are at the store. He has loosed his faithful lightning of his terrible sword. His truth is marching on. Oh, glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. Speaker, please.
We bless God for this opportunity to address you, to the leaders of this organization, to Reverend Dr. Clergy, to you, my brothers and my sisters. I've come by and I'm so glad he sung that because I believe that we ought to be called to the challenge. We ought to be called because we've gotten away from what we're supposed to be. I know a little bit about Elton, but I know all about the Masonic order. I'm tired and sick and tired of those of us who claim that we wear collars that shine, but we act like we're in dark at night. We got to change. Number one, the Bible says in Ezekiel that the 7th chapter, the 25th and 26th verse says, when anguish comes, they will seek peace, but they shall find none. Disaster comes upon disaster. Rumor follows rumor. Then they will seek a vision from the prophet. I've come by in the vein of Dr. Martin Luther King and Nelson Rivers and Al Sharpton to tell you that it's time that you get a vision. Black lives must matter to black people. In Chicago this weekend, 73 folks were shot down. Black folks shot by black people. 218 police officers killed blacks. 10,318 black folks killed black. And where's the voice of the black church? Where's the Masonic order? Where's the Elks? Where are my Greeks? Y'all sitting down. If you reverse the numbers, we'd have burnt America down. We've been too quiet too long. We've been quiet too long. Black lives must matter. Bishop, why are you here? Because I'm tired of the disasters. I'm tired of seeing our children locked up. We in our crafts clubs and our clubs at night, and we're having all this, and our children are out in the streets killing one another. I stopped by to tell you, mama and daughter, you both can't be in there dropping it like you're hot and expecting to respect you. I come in here to tell you, say, brothers, you can't be the hoe by day and the husband by night. I come down to lay down the gauntlet here. We've allowed too much to go on in the name of our fraternities and our sororities. We show signs and signals, and yet and still we forgot what God taught us. He said that we got to love one another, but we also got to walk circumspectly before each other. Bishop, why are you here? Black people, we've got to matter to black people. I agree with Reverend Richards, Reverend Rivers, the reality is this. We've got black folks that have been bought and sold one another. We've got black preachers that are scared to stand up and speak truth to power. Bishop, you got some nerve coming in here. I've got nerve because Martin says you must have analysis, but you can't have paralysis with your analysis. I've come here to challenge you. I saw the young ladies in the convention. I saw them growing up. Young ladies don't need to know that grandma and big mama dropping it like it's hot at night. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me. But it's all right. I don't have to ever come back. It's all right.
I know that's right.
The reality is that in Chicago, just this weekend, the numbers keep going up. 73 black folks shot 73 black folks, and 11 are dead, and we haven't opened our mouth. I don't see one preacher on the media, and yet and still we talk about Trump. Trump, my hope is not built on Trump. My hope is built on God and his righteousness. I come by to say, black people, we've got to speak up for black folks. I come by to tell you that, yes, I was part of the governor's transition team on law and justice. Brother Rivers knows this, that at my MLK day, I stood up, I helped get him elected, and said, we will not allow marijuana to be legalized in the state of New Jersey. They've offered me jobs with 6 figures, and I've turned them down. And one of my colleagues, one of the young ministers I'm trying to mentor, told me, said, Bishop, I can't be with you no longer because I'm taking the job for $100,000, and they told me I've got to shut up my advocacy. But I stopped by to tell them, take your money, because God said, what profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? But then he asked another question, what will a man or woman give for their soul? I've come by to challenge, help them. What will you give for the soul of your children and grandchildren? What do we know about legalizing marijuana? In the city of Newark, I took on the mayor just earlier last week, and he's trying to tell black folk you're going to get rich by selling marijuana. You've got to sell $5 million worth of